In our first seminar, we laid out all the problems that were out there in the world, and you kind of had the feeling that NATO should deal with all of them. And then somebody had a really fabulous image and said, NATO cannot be like a Swiss Army knife that has all the things extended, because it means you can't even pick it up. So you have to figure out what is the appropriate job for NATO, what is the appropriate job for the EU, for the UN, for OSCE, for Russia, or whatever. And that, I think, is where we came up with something quite novel about the fact of that NATO is not alone, and NATO is not the world's policeman, and that these partnerships are very important and a way of being a force multiplier.
I think it depends very much on the country where you're coming from.
As a Polish national, for me, NATO, and for generally many of the Eastern European countries, NATO is very important. And still, now it's considered as really protection on many levels.
For me as a European, NATO is very important. As an Austrian, I would say it's not very much.
Now it's just an organization who is trying to keep peace in the world, who is trying to fight against terrorism.
I think NATO is an extremely important organization with the right history as how it evolved, and I think the recent acknowledgement that EU's developments are equally as necessary in the field of a military capability shows that NATO is important, but it's not the sole actor.
Having an alliance between like-minded liberal democratic states is something that is useful in almost any circumstance.
I actually think NATO is a pretty good organization that has shown its worth over its lifetime. It has certain aspects that have to be changed, and we have argued that in terms of reform measures and streamlining and a variety of different ways of acting. But I am willing to still put my money behind what has been the greatest military alliance in the history of the world. And the question is how it does adapt.